Hey everybody! So I kind of discovered that if I'm not doing these live videos talking about comics, I really don't read a lot of comics. I kind of got out of it for a little while, but I want to kind of get back to doing it again. And so I've been picking up my books on my LCS. I got quite a to-read stack. I'm trying to hump through it. And I just read Star Wars, Lando, Double or Nothing, issues 4 and issues 5. Read them both. Great reads. I want to just chat about them real quick. So I'll start, obviously, with Lando Double or Nothing, issue 4. This picked up where the previous issue left off. Lando was on the run. The Empire's shooting at him. Pew, 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 pew. It's a great action sequence. He's hitting the throttle. The art's great. The dialogue's solid. He does this maneuver where he fakes the Valken crashing to try to escape the Empire, and successfully does so in pure Lando Calrissian style. And now he's going to go complete his mission where he has to deliver these weapons to, I believe her name is Christus or Christus. Let's see what her name was. Let me put this back. Sorry, because I should have paid more. See, it's Christus, right? Her and her father, they're in this prison, and they want to start a revolt, and Lando was paid, or is going to be paid, to smuggle these weapons onto the planet. He has them. So he begins his quest to try to find Christus. He finds himself going through a cave here. It's really cool. It's exciting. Nice bit of dialogue for Lando. Again, this is the Lando from the Solo movie. You can kind of see shades of what he becomes in Empire. This is really that version of the character. He dukes it off of these crystal spiders that reform to this giant spider. Again, really cool sci-fi action stuff. Very high adventure, really cool stuff. Finds himself digging through the sewers. Reunites with Christus and her father, except for there's one problem. The people aren't really ready to revolt. They explain to Lando that well, their heart's there. They just don't really have the motivation to strike back against the Empire. They're peaceful people. So Lando himself steps up to rally the troops and gives this rousing speech. And everybody agrees to strike back. So Lando starts this rebellion on this planet of these slaves who are going to strike back against the Empire. The Valken comes in for a landing. They get their weapons. This is going to be where issue 4 ends here. The rebellion begins, let's see, right here. And here we are. What's it ends with? Your freedom begins now. Very Braveheart sequence. This was the end of issue 4. It was a good read. It was a fun read. Much better than issue 3. I gotta say, in issue 2 and 3, they introduced kind of this subplot with this other gang, and it kind of gave it a B story for Lando. And really, after issue 3, it's totally dropped from the series. It kind of felt like padding. If I had to say anything, issue 3 was pretty much total padding, because frankly it didn't do much for the story, and in the end it didn't even matter. So probably this could have been a 4-issue miniseries, but the best is yet to come. Issue 5, this is it right here. I'll go through it real quick. I don't want to spoil too much. The action breaks loose. There is the fighting. This is really more of an action issue. The action is really well done. The art is amazing. Very high energy Star Wars stuff. They bring in these are the, what are these called? These are TIE Brutes. These are what we saw in the Maw in the Solo movie. These are those weird new TIE fighters that showed up in Solo, a Star Wars story. Yet again, tying this book to the Solo movie. I don't want to dig too much in it because, the book just came out, I think, 2 weeks ago. There is a great sequence where these droids are reactivated. There's this zombie droid army that comes, and I'm going to skip right to the end of the book. I know it's kind of weird. I'm not spoiling much by jumping to the end, because I will say that this book ends pretty much where we find Lando in the Solo movie. This is kind of leads up right to where we find Solo. I'm not going to reveal what happens to the other characters or anything in the book. You really should check it out yourself. But it ends with this great page here that says, Lando Calrissian and L3's adventures will continue, true believers. Very Marvel. Don't miss their next thrilling story in the pages of Solo, a Star Wars story, an adaptation of the thrilling blockbuster motion picture starring young Han Solo. Blockbuster. I don't know if they should be using that term when referring to the Solo movie, because we all know it wasn't necessarily what you would call a blockbuster. But October 10th, 2018, the Solo adaptation comes out, which, if you're just reading the comics, would continue the adventures of Lando Calrissian. I don't want to reveal what happened in the middle of the issue. I can tell you that it kind of ends, like I said, where the Solo movie begins, but we kind of expected that, right? This is a great series. This Solo, this Star Wars Lando Double or Nothing, I would say is actually better than the Solo movie. I enjoyed it. Again, it was a comic book. It wasn't as layered or as much going on as the Solo movie, but this really was a great book. The art, Like I said, it's very high energy. It really captures the feel of Star Wars. Lots of action, lots of space, starship, droid, all kinds of great things going on in this final issue. I really enjoyed it. I recommend it. I'm sure there's a trade coming out in a few months. If you can't find the single issues at your local comic shop, obviously Comixology, you can probably download them. But yeah, I highly recommend Lando Double or Nothing. If you can't get the single issues right now, wait till the trade comes out. I'm sure Marvel will be putting out soon. Like I said, you can get it digitally. But hey, do yourself a favor. Go to your local comic shop and see if they have it. They might have all 5 issues in stock, or at least can get some of them for you. They might have them in their back issues. It's always worth checking out. Or go to a Comic-Con. Heck, they might have them at a Comic-Con in the back issue bins. You might even find them less than cover price. But yes, I am highly recommending Star Wars Lando Double or Nothing. I recommend it to Star Wars fans, obviously, but I also recommend it to the average comic fan. It's just a fun story worth checking out. Meanwhile, while I have you on the line, let me talk about Battlestar Galactica. That's not Star Wars. That's actually what they used to call the Star Wars ripoff, but it's not a Star Wars ripoff. It's a great thing. We are doing a Battlestar Galactica 40th anniversary screening on October 5th here in South Florida in Lake Worth. October 5th is my birthday, so hey, come celebrate my birthday with me at the Movies of Lake Worth. It's going to be at 9:45 on October 5th. We're going to have some fun stuff going on around 8 o'clock. Tickets are $8 on the Cosmic Times website. Just go to cosmictimes.net/BSG40 and you can get your tickets there. They start at $8. We've got a $25 VIP pass. But again, Star Wars Battlestar Galactica 40th anniversary screening, October 5th, Movies of Lake Worth, right here in South Florida. Come join us. Check it out. It's going to be lots of fun. CosmicTimes.net, BSG40 is where you find the tickets. Again, I'm going to highly recommend Lando Double or Nothing. It was a great series. If you can find all 5 issues, I definitely recommend checking it out. Outside of that, I'm going to start digging into some of these other books I picked up at the store, and I'll be hopping online talking about those. Hey, if you like the video, do me a favor. Go and hit the like button down below, and do me a favor, hit the subscribe button so you're subscribed to our channel, Cosmic Times TV. Also, hit the bell so you're notified every time we add a new video to the channel. That'd be really great. Highly appreciate it. Also, let me know what you thought of the Lando Double or Nothing miniseries. Go and leave us a comment below. Let me know what you thought of the series. What do you think of these videos? And hey, that's about it. Until next time, may the Force be with you.